Our journey to Mera Peak begins in Kathmandu, the vibrant capital of Nepal. From here, we leave the busy city behind and head toward the lower hills, where the road quickly narrows and winds through terraced fields, small villages, and river valleys. The drive is scenic and gradually introduces us to the rhythm of the mountains. After several hours on the road, we reach Khari Khola, a peaceful village that marks the true beginning of our trekking adventure. From here onward, the journey continues on foot along traditional Himalayan trails. From Khari Khola, we continue toward Pangom, a beautiful mountain settlement surrounded by rolling hills and distant Himalayan peaks. The trail climbs steadily, and every turn brings a new view. As we make our way toward Ramailo Danda, the scenery becomes even more impressive. Ramailo Danda, meaning a beautiful or enjoyable ridge, certainly lives up to its name. From this high point, the surrounding mountains begin to reveal themselves, stretching across the horizon. The trail then leads us through magnificent rhododendron forests. During spring, these forests become a natural garden, filled with colorful rhododendron blossoms and beautiful wildflowers. Walking beneath the trees, surrounded by fresh mountain air and birdsong, is one of the unforgettable experiences of the Mera Peak journey. Continuing deeper into the Hinku Valley, we reach Chhatra Khola. The trail follows the river through a remote and peaceful landscape, with forests, rocky cliffs, and towering mountains all around us. From Chhatra Khola, the route continues toward Kothe. The Hinku Valley becomes wider here, and the trail follows the river through a dramatic wilderness. Kothe is an important resting point for trekkers heading toward Mera Peak. From Kothe, we continue toward Thangnak. As we gain altitude, the vegetation becomes thinner and the landscape more rugged. The mountains feel closer now, and the atmosphere becomes distinctly alpine. At Thangnak, we take time to rest and acclimatize before continuing higher toward Khare, the main village before the climb to Mera Peak. Khare is surrounded by spectacular Himalayan scenery. From here, the huge face of Mera Peak dominates the landscape, reminding us that the real climbing adventure is about to begin. The trail from Khare leads us toward Mera La. As we climb higher, the panorama becomes breathtaking. From the high ridges, we can see some of the world's most famous mountains. On a clear day, the Himalayan panorama stretches from Cho Oyu and Everest toward Lhotse and Makalu, with the distant peaks of Kanchenjunga visible far to the east. From Mera La, we continue toward Mera High Camp. The terrain becomes increasingly rocky and icy, and the air is noticeably thinner. Early in the morning, we begin the climb toward the summit of Mera Peak. We move slowly across the high-altitude terrain, wearing crampons and using climbing equipment as we make our way higher. And then, finally, we reach the summit of Mera Peak. At the top, the reward is extraordinary. A vast Himalayan panorama surrounds us in every direction. Everest, Lhotse, Makalu, and countless other peaks rise above the clouds, creating one of the most spectacular views in Nepal. For a moment, the effort, the cold, the long walks, and the early mornings all seem worth it. After spending some time enjoying the summit, we begin our descent toward Khare. For some members of the group, the adventure continues by helicopter. Flying over the Himalayas gives us a completely different perspective of the mountains and valleys we have just crossed on foot. The helicopter takes us down towards Kothe, while the trekking route continues through Tulikharka and Chhatra toward Lukla. From the air, the landscape reveals its incredible scale. The deep valleys, forests, glaciers, and high mountain ridges come together to create a spectacular Himalayan panorama. Mera Peak reminds us that reaching the summit is not only about standing at the highest point. It is about every step that takes us there. And sometimes, the most beautiful part of the journey is simply looking around and realizing how far we have come. Eventually, we reach Lukla, the gateway to the Everest and Mera Peak regions. From Lukla, we take a flight back to Kathmandu, bringing this unforgettable journey to an end. This is Mera Peak. This is the Himalayas. And this is an adventure we will remember for a lifetime.